Today we are going to see about disasters and Indian experience, as well as some of the natural disasters which has been caused in the India. Actually, we have seen about what is disaster. Disaster is nothing but a bad or evil star. The disasters has been classified as two types, that is of natural disasters as well as the man-made disasters. So, if the disasters has been occurred due to your natural conditions, like cyclone, rainfall, earthquake, these things are everything because of your natural conditions. Those things will be coming under your disasters, natural disasters. And if the disasters has been occurred because of the man-made activities, those disasters are called as man-made disasters, like at bomb blast, accidents, industry faults, nuclear faults, these everything will be coming under your man-made disasters. Now let us see about the disasters of Indian experience. Disasters are unambiguous, but most large-scale disasters occur in the Cancer and Tropic of the Capricorn geographical region. Mostly in this region, that is at the geographical area, we can able to split as Atlantic Ocean, Atlantic Ocean like that. In that, at the Tropic of the Capricorn as well as the Cancer geographical region, the disasters has been occurred in the most regions, which encompasses most of the developing nations. Due to the geography and topography, India has faced serious large-scale natural disasters like drought, cyclones, and earthquakes. So, since our, our region has been lying in this Tropic of Cancer as well as the Capricorn region, so we India has been facing many disasters like drought. In most of the places, that is in the Rajasthan, we are feeling the droughts. Similarly, cyclones. Cyclones has been affected in the southern region of the India, and as well as the earthquake. Earthquake has been occurred in the northeastern spaces in many areas. So most regions has been affected because of these natural disasters in the tropical regions, since because of the Indian's geography as well as the topography. The available statistics also shows that the number of the disasters per year is increasing, but also the number of the people affected and killed is also rising. Day by day, it has been increasing. So disasters is also increasing, as well as the people who have lost their lives or people who have been affected, it's also increasing. Now let us see some of the major disasters in the known history of India. So as per this table, we can able to see that this is the record of the year 1737 to 2005. So within this year itself, we can able to see that disasters has been increased gradually in each and every year. This is the major disasters I have seen. Some minor disasters also there in each and every year. That so that the disasters has been gradually increasing, and also the fatalities, that is the loss of the lives for the people, is also been increased. For example, the Bengal cyclone has been occurred in the year of 1864, and by the time the lost in the due to the Bengal cyclone is of around 60,000. And we can able to see now in Bengal cyclone is of around 1970. The loss is of around 5 lakhs people, which includes Pakistan as well as the Bangladesh also. So the gradual increase has been occurred in this because of this Bengal cyclone. Similarly, the drought has been occurred in the year of 1972. Around 200 million people has been affected in the drought. And in the Gujarat earthquake by the year of 2001, around 25,000 people has been lost their lives. Similarly, in the Kashmir earthquake of around 2005, around 86,000 people have been got death because of the earthquake. So the day by day, the increasing capacity of the disasters is also increased, as well as the fatalities is also increased. So by keeping this into account, after the Bhuj earthquake only, the Indian government has taken this some sort of the steps in order to avoid the disasters, so that disaster management plan has been implemented. So those things will be covered in the next classes. Now we can able to see here some of the Indian natural disasters in the region wise. So the yellow regions, these yellow regions has been covered of a drought prone area. So most of the yellow regions are drought prone area in India, and the rose color region, this region, has been covered with hot desert region. That is near to your Gujarat, everything. The hot desert regions has been there. Rajasthan, everywhere, hot desert region is there. And if we are able to see about the cold desert region in the areas of Himalayas, Jammu and Kashmir, and in eastern side of the India. We can able to see the cold desert region as well as the flood prone area. Flood prone area mostly occur where all the rivers are there, but most of the flood has been affected in the northeastern part of the India. Most floods has been occurred in the northeastern part of the India. And earthquake it has been occurred in all the places of India. Some of the major earthquake has been occurred in the north as well as the eastern part of the India with the magnitude of about 7.5 and also with the magnitude of about 8. We can able to see here the dots. Here the magnitude has been affected with the 8. Most of the regions has been affected of this eastern part of India has been affected with the magnitude earthquake. Similarly, here we can able to see in the northern part of the India, the magnitude of earthquake is about 7 to 7.5. So these are all the major earthquake or otherwise major natural hazards which has been occurred in the India. That is drought, hot desert region, cold desert region, flood prone area, as well as the affected by the cyclones or the storm. The area affected by the cyclones or storms, or otherwise the area which has been affected by the earthquake. So we will see one by one. So some of the natural disasters which has been occurred in India, we can able to see now. Now the earthquake. India is having high risk towards the earthquake. More than 58% of India's land area is under threat of moderate to severe seismic hazards. During the last 20 years, India has experienced 10 major earthquakes that have resulted in more than 35,000 people's of deaths. Of the earthquake-prone areas, about 12% is prone to very severe earthquakes, and 80% is severe earthquakes, and 25% to damageable earthquake. The biggest earthquakes occurs in the Andaman and Nicobar Island, Kutch, Himachal Pradesh, and the northeastern state. The Himalaya regions are particularly prone to your earthquakes. So we can able to see that the earthquakes mostly occur in the India. Over the last 20 years, around 10 major earthquakes has been developed, and around 35,000 of people has got death or otherwise they have lost the properties. So the most earthquake prone area is of about 12%, which is a very severe earthquake, and it is of 18% to severe earthquake, and 25% is damageable earthquake. So whatever may be the cases, the earthquake has been occurred frequently. And similarly, as I said, the northeastern part of the India, as well as the Andaman and Nicobar Island, as well as the Himachal, that is northern east regions of India, has been affected because of these earthquakes. So this is of earthquake risk zone map. So in this map, we can able to see that the very high damages has been occurred in most of the regions of northeastern state of India and some part of the Gujarat. That is Burj earthquake has been occurred over there and some part of the northern region of India. Similarly, high damages of earthquake has been occurred in the northern region of India as well as the northeastern state of the India in the places of Himalayas. And moderate earthquake has been occurred in almost all the regions of India, that is north state, north, south, east, west, in almost all the parts of India has been affected with the moderate as well as the low damages. As Tamil Nadu is also affected with the low damages of earthquakes. Then and there we can able to have some frequent shakings of the earth surface. So these are all some of the glimpses of earthquake pictures which has been taken in the Gujarat. So during Gujarat earthquake, you can able to see here the roads are got demolished, and you can also see here this is also the picture taken during that earthquake. So the roads get damages because of the earthquake. Cracks has been formed in the road surfaces, and we can able to see here the buildings get damaged because of this earthquake. And next one is of floods. About 30 million people are affected annually. Flood in the Indo-Gangetic Brahmaputra plain are an annual features. On the average, a few hundred lives are lost and millions are rendered homeless and several hectares of crops are damaged every year. Nearly 75% of the total rainfall occurs over a short monsoon and 40 million hectares or 12% of Indian land has been considered as prone to floods. Floods are perennial phenomena of at least five states, that is Assam, Bihar, Orissa, Uttar Pradesh, and West Bengal. In these five states, floods is a perennial phenomenon. Most frequently, floods has been occurred in these five states. On the account of the climatic change, a flood has also occurred in the recent years in areas that are normally not flood-prone areas. In 2006, the drought-prone parts of the Rajasthan is also experiencing floods. So floods has been occurred then and there in almost all the parts of the India, especially by the year of 2006, even the Rajasthan place, which is a drought-prone area, it is also affected by the floods. And mostly the floods is mostly occurs in these states, that is Assam, Bihar, Orissa, Uttar Pradesh, and West Bengal. In these five states, floods will be occurred frequently. Next, drought. Drought is another record phenomena which results in widespread adverse impact on vulnerable people's livelihoods and young children nutrition status. So drought has been occurred in the Rajasthan region. About 50 millions of people are affected annually by the drought. Of approximately 90 million hectares of rainfall fed areas and about 50 million hectares are prone to scarcity or no rainfall area. So as per the Indian situation, we can able to say that 50 million hectares of the in area has been prone to your scanty or low rainfall. If there is no rainfall, their drought will be occurring. Although a slow onset emergency and to an extent predictable emergency, drought has caused severe suffering in the affected areas in recent years, including effects on poverty, hunger, and unemployment. Next is of cyclones. About 8% of the land is vulnerable to the cyclones, of which the coastal areas experience two or three tropical cyclones of varying intensity if each year. So total area, in this total area of India, of about 8% of the land is most vulnerable to cyclones. Cyclonic activities on the east coast are more severe than on the west coast. If we consider the Indian continent, the worst cyclone affected part of the world as a result of low depth ocean bed topography and coastal configuration. The principal threat from the cyclone are in the form of the gales or otherwise strong winds or torrential rainfall and high tidal waves or the storm surges. Most cyclones occurs in the Bay of Bengal than in the Arabian Sea. As I already said, most of the cyclonic activity occurred in the east coast of the region than the west coast of the region, and the ratio is approximately 4 is to 1. An analysis of the frequency of the cyclones on the east and west coast of India shows that most of the cyclones has been occurred on the east part of the region. We can able to see here the map showing the wind as well as the cyclone zones in India. The very high damages has been occurred in the northeastern region and the northern part of India as well as the eastern part of the India. And high damage, very high damage zone, everything has been occurred in the east region than the west region. So the lower damages has been occurred in the west region. Whenever the cyclone has been occurred, we can also able to felt that the east part of the region is been affected with much than the west part of the region. For example, recent cyclones of Tamil Nadu in the areas of Chennai or in the areas of Kadalur, there because of the cyclone, the peoples got much affected. So the east part of the region has been affected much than the west part of the region. Next one is of landslides. So landslides mostly we can able to see in the hilly region. So in the hilly terrain region of India, including Himalayas and northeastern India, landslides is been major and widely spread natural disasters that often strike the lives and property and occupy a portion of a major concerns. Now also we can able to see landslides in the northern region because of the heavy rainfall in the hilly terrain regions of Himalayas as well as Northeast India. There only we can able to have most of the hill regions. There we can able to have the landslides. One of the worst tragedies that took place at Malpa, Uttarakhand on 11th and 17th August of 1988, where nearly 380 people were killed when massive landslides washed away the entire village. So, in the Malpa regions of Uttarakhand, by the year of 1998, many people has been got killed in the landslides. Even in Tamil Nadu also, the landslides has been occurred in the Ooty region where it has been affected. Peoples are much affected because of that landslides. So landslides, it is a direct one, and also it is a sudden causes of causes of the natural disaster. So we can't able to predict that landslides. Since the hilly region will be affected, heavy rainfall, the landslides will be there. And similar to the landslide, avalanche is also there. So avalanche are the river like speedy flow of snow or the ice descending from the mountain tops. Landslides, it is on the land surface. We can able to say that is a land surface means it is on the mountain region. We can able to say, but avalanche, it is also the mountain region, but a speedy flow of the snow or the ice will be taking place over the mountain tops. So where there is a ice caps of that, the ice caps will be melt because of the climatic conditions, and it will have the speedy flow. So that you are going to call as a avalanches. So avalanches are very damaging and cause huge loss to the lives as well as the property. In Himalayas, the avalanches are must come. Similar to the landslides, in Himalaya regions, avalanches also most common. And similar to the landslides, the avalanches are causing very damages and as well as huge losses to the lives as well as the property. So this is about the some of the Indian natural disasters. That is, we have seen about earthquake, floods, avalanches, landslides, and cyclones. So India has been affected much frequently the natural disasters because of the climatic change. Thank you very much.